Could you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Danny.
From
Tool.
Paul from the band of the same name.
You just went out of the session.
Mars.
You like sessions?
What's that?
You like sessions?
Yeah, I do, actually. Yeah, I like it when the pressure's on, the chips are down, the going gets rough.
Yeah.
He's a high roller.
But it sounds great. I mean, you guys are complaining, but it sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You didn't agree, so, but
It was amazing.
you're pretty successful now in Holland. You've been there last summer. We saw you at what was it called? Lowlands Festival.
Yeah.
Festival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we successful in Holland?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
But
okay.
I heard
Good news.
If you say so.
it's good news. Yeah, your show is totally sold out in Amsterdam
Excellent.
for about 2 or 3 weeks already. So
I didn't
it's something
know.
good.
Well, we like to hear that, you know, always. Especially, so we saw Mick Karn sold that place out, too. He's one of my favorites. You know. Play on the same stage where Mick Karn played is always an honor. You know.
Wow. In Holland, you get compared a lot with the Rage Against the Machine, but in Holland, they're like very popular. In the States, you are like as big as like you're comparable in
We have
popularity.
the same vibe, I think, going in the States.
Yeah.
I don't think we're the same type of band, but, you know, maybe we have the same type of energy going on and the same maybe aggressive tones, but, yeah. They definitely have their own thing, and so do we.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can pull that kind of rap, hip-hop type crowd because their beats are real straight and stuff, where we don't get that vibe going at all. You know, it's a whole other thing.
But how come that people compare you? I mean,
I think just because we hit the scene really at about the same time. We both got our record deals in about the same time, and we're both from Los Angeles, and our careers have been really similar. We've toured together a lot, and we both did the Lollapalooza together. You know, it's just a lot of the same things happened. You know,
so you grew up together.
pretty much. You know, Adam.
Actually, Adam and Tom went to high school together.
Yeah, they've known each other since they were little kids. You know, pretty much. Yeah.
Guitar player.
Yeah.
From Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, he's great. He's great. He's been there with us in Amsterdam.
All right.
Yeah, he's great.
a good guy.
He's great. I heard the grunge type thing is very big in America and in Europe as well. Like the guitar music is being hyped at the moment. Do you think it will last?
I don't think we really think about any of that kind of categories. We just do what we do in spite of the rest of the world. I don't think grunge is such a loose term anyways. Why, I don't know why anybody really even uses it most of the time. It's, it's just maybe a term to classify bands that have their own unique sound, I guess,
I heard Yellow Biafra from ex-Dead Kennedys, had his theory that guitar music and grunge is being hyped in the States and all over the world because it was forced by, what would you say, the FBI or the CIA to be a counterpart against hip-hop or whatever. What do you think of that?
Didn't you hear that?
That sounds like Jell-O, man.
Yeah. He's definitely got his agenda going there. He has a lot of good things to say, though. I really admire him.
Is this laughable, or is this just a joke, or?
Well, the CIA hasn't actually contacted us yet, but they've sent us a few checks in the mail.
So they're doing well.
Yeah. Well, they bought me a new car, but I haven't signed any contracts with them.
Is your music? I mean, it says going well. You can actually afford yourself a car.
As long as the CIA is paying for it.
Now, come on, be real, be real. Is it like you can be a real professional like now? You earn money from this band.
I still drive a '69 BMW that's falling apart. Well,
that's more than I afford.
I don't think our lifestyles have really changed
2002.
that much. I mean, we're not like so successful that we're just tripping about the world at our fancy. We're still we work pretty hard. Touring, and that's where if we make any money, it goes back into the music and to support our.
Yeah, the only way our lifestyles has ever changed was like the day we got signed. We got to quit our day jobs and get to play music and do what we want to do for a full-time job instead of giving 40 hours or 50 hours a week to a boss or something. You know, that was the only big change that's happened.
Yeah,
since
we were all still playing music anyways, probably trying to just as much. But
so it's basically the same as in Europe when you're successful, when you when you are in the position to be able to quit your job and make music just all the time when you want. Or
yeah, that's pretty much what we do. You know,
I mean really to have a band that tours and does gigs all the time. I mean, you can't do anything else but do that because you're on the road. You can't work some job to try and pay your rent while you're gone. You know.
Do you think American musicians are more into their music? They got this real professional attitude than European bands, because a lot of European bands are just trying to imitate Americans. They're not new European bands. Is that because they don't dare to become like real professional musicians? Or
I don't know what being professional really is about. It's just about being dedicated to what you're doing, you know, to your cause, whether it be to play music or to have some kind of political crusade, you know.
Yeah, some of the best musicians I know, I still have day jobs and stuff, just because they don't want to cater to anyone else. Like we didn't want to cater to anyone else either, but we just got lucky, you know, where a demo tape we made got heard and someone believed that they could make a buck off of it. So
made our lives a little bit easier, but I think in the end we'd still be doing the same thing whether we had a record company behind us or not. You know, that part of it's inconsequential as far as the music goes.
Do you think
us as people?
Do you think that underground music, which it was like it was, can ever be mainstream, like big?
It is mainstream. Basically.
In America, it is, but in Europe, it isn't already.
I don't.
Do you think it can be as big as Madonna or whatever?
Well, I mean,
like Pearl Jam and those kind of bands, they're as big as anything, I would think. I mean, they were number one on the charts.
A few years back, they could have been considered underground music for real. I mean, you know, like Soundgarden and Mother Love Bone and, you know, Mudhoney and all those bands that were starting out, you know, they were, you know.
Yeah, even Alice in Chains, when they released their record in America, it went number one on Billboard, you know.
Yeah, and when those guys were first starting out, they were playing the same shitty little clubs as everybody else, you know, for a long time.
Yeah. You guys make this, talking about Alice in Chains, this kind of metal crossover with a lot of different musical styles. Right now, this amongst metal bands, there's this Pantera kind of imitation going on. People trying to get want to be heavy metal guys with long hairs singing like Luciano Pavarotti, trying to be Henry Rollins-like kind of thing. What do you think of that?
Well, I don't think about it really. I don't really think about other people's music too much. You know, I mean, I have my certain tastes. I don't even really listen to heavy music that much myself. I mean,
so what do you like then?
I mean, I listen to a lot of different things, like My Bloody Valentine and the Flaming Lips, and like Robert Fripp and different, you know, 70s prog rock type stuff. You know, it's like whatever my own bizarre tastes. But it really doesn't include too much of there's so-called heavy metal bands, you know.
You know, I mean, we play that kind of music, you know, and I think we do it as the way we want to hear that frame, you know, of music in that area. So there's no reason to listen to other bands really that do that. I mean, some of it I like. I mean, I do like some of the Soundgarden stuff and all that I've heard, but for inspiration, we always look in other places. You know, I look to ethnic type music and stuff like that. You know, African stuff or.
Like what? Can you give me any names? Or?
Ali Farka Touré. Have you heard him?
Never.
He's amazing. He's like kind of African blues guitar player from Mali. It's like a real big music center in Africa. It's like a lot of odd rhythms, but it's still kind of the blues, but he just takes it to a whole nother place. It's amazing guitar playing.
King Sunny Ade, you know, he's been around for a long time. You know, I'd listen to him a lot. And, I know, even like some reggae stuff, you know, or like I listen to some classical percussion stuff and avant-garde type music like that too.
Funkadelic and weird, just bizarre. I mean, I just can't stand to listen to that heavy metal or any kind of that type of music. It's just so redundant, you know.
You're not into Sepultura or
no.
LA Glosses.
No.
What's Boulevard look like right now?
What does it look like? Well, actually, Hollywood Boulevard, they just replaced all the pavement and put sparkles in the pavement. I swear to God, this is true.
But it's the same scene that was there like 5 years ago, but now instead of Poison and all these really horrid, lame poodle hair bands, they just have all these people wearing flannel now, and it's all the same people, just a different fashion. It's the same shit.
Yeah, L.A. just attracts a lot of that kind of mentality because of the fact that there's a lot of money and the entertainment industry is there and all the record labels are there. And so all these dipshit kids from the middle America who've overdosed on MTV and think they're going to be rock stars move there and become drug addicts instead. And start horrible bands imitating somebody else who's been successful and done something unique and outstanding. You know.
It sounds like Beavis and Butthead's worst dreams come true.
Oh, it is. But we live in LA, but it's like you just observe that and laugh and whatever. Just do your own thing.
Don't you think it's strange that you talk about imitation in Europe? A lot of people are just imitating American styles. What do you think of that?
I'm not really in contact with that much of the European bands or that
people,
whole scene.
If you're imitating,
If you go on the street in Holland, what do you look like?
Any imitation is just. What's the point? Like all the greatest artists, even as soon as they found out someone else had started imitating them, they move on to something else. Because someone's already taken it. That's.
Yeah.
Bad artists borrow, good artists steal. When you steal, you don't get caught. So obviously you're doing something right.
Yeah, that's true.
Every good musician borrows something from some inspiration from somebody else, but to actually imitate it, and to really hear that and see it, it's just redundant. It's boring.
It's dragging the medium down, it's dragging everybody down by doing that instead of pushing things ahead. There's no room for it.
It's like they find like a good sound and then put like a really cute singer with it.
I don't even know.
Fast cars, beautiful girls in the video.
You got a quite a famous background. You played in Pygmy. What's it called, Tom?
Pygmy Love Circus.
Oh yeah, do you know about them over here?
I know the record label, Bonson Records, pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Good guy. I did.
They're still banging away. They're one of the few bands that's worthwhile actually in L.A. that's still doing it. Everybody's afraid to take a risk on them because they like to drink a lot. That's
they're renowned being party band.
Really bad though.
They're great, man. That was one of the funner bands I ever played in.
Any influences in Tool?
Yeah. Every bit of music I've ever played's influenced me. It's just another part of the puzzle, I guess. And that's why I always like to try to keep other projects and stuff going on
like
besides
Green Jelly?
Tool. Yeah, even that I had to blow off Green Jelly and Tool and all the other things I was doing. Just because we got so busy. But I try the best, to keep jamming and with other friends and whatever's going on, outside of the band when I'm in town in LA, and I have the time to. And Paul does the same,
You got a famous background?
My own special way.
Not so much a famous background, but we keep playing,
Yeah, just to constantly be playing and doing stuff with other people and playing music. And
when I'm looking at it from a European point of view, a lot of music used to come from New York and Boston, and now it seems that it all comes from California, from LA. Is that true, or is it just
not really?
Yeah, there's good things happening everywhere. Even in London and stuff, there's good bands. The band Peach, they're from London. They're pretty happening, and there's good bands popping out everywhere. Really, I don't think it's just one place.
Yeah, a lot of the better bands, it's actually in America. They might it's like us, we went to California and we, met there and stuff, but we're from the Midwest, and people, it's just from all over the country, different bands will pop up. Like, those one guys are from, like, Oklahoma or something.
The Flaming Lips are from Oklahoma City, total cow town.
But, no one claims to be from there, this because they end up being, discovered in one of the big metropolitan centers, but it's everywhere. It's just hard to find good bands, as it is, in America or London or
anywhere.
Anywhere.
Thank you.